Hands forward is not an Austrian ski racer. This is something that I've heard so many great skiers say, you know, keep the hands forward. As a young racer, being told by my coach, always keep the hands and push forward, it's really going to change the way you're placed on your feet. Especially at lower levels, when you're starting out, it's going to stop the two main dreaded things, which is those hands dropping low and pulling you back behind your feet, and also help you stop this shoulder kind of throwing the shoulders around to make the skis turn.
First, let's look at this kind of low arm position. The hands are hovering around the thighs or the knees, and it's going to create a very straight back, which will slowly pull your hips behind your feet and make you slightly sit back. It's also going to completely kill your thigh muscles. Watch the way the right hand drops and disappears behind the hips at the start of the turn. It will definitely take the shoulders with it and create lots of rotation. As soon as I gently push my hands forward and get in a better position, my back becomes slightly rounded. This means it's much easier to be centered and stay balanced over my feet. If I don't lose the inside hand behind me as I turn, it's going to encourage my shoulders to stay in a much more stable position, really reducing the urge to throw my shoulders around to make the skis turn. This will keep everything much more lined up. Ankles, knees, hips, shoulders and hands keeping me nicely lined up. This is by far the strongest position to be in. It means my skeleton is really optimized, taking a lot of pressure off my muscles, joints and the rest of the body. I'm also really ready for the next turn.
Now, I like to think of it a bit like this. If what I'm seeing is my sort of TV screen going down the slope, I really want to see the hands in the bottom two corners. If they start dropping out of my vision, I know that they're probably too low and starting to pull me back.
My hands will always be visible in my general view down the hill. Not stiff, not rigid, but relaxed and helping me balance.
Something that I've come across a lot as well is people that sometimes pole plant have a massive effect while they're doing that with swinging their hands around rather than just keeping the hands calmly and in front. If you are pole planting, it's coming from the wrist and there's maybe a very small amount of arm movement, but it doesn't want to start to affect the shoulders or your hips. Keeping those hands in front will calm your movements down.
This kind of opening the wrist and swinging the arms around to pole plant won't be too much of a problem when the terrain is easy, but as things get more difficult, it will affect you more and more. Any unneeded movement is going to put more pressure on your balance and corrupt your body position. The pole plant comes really from the wrist. It's not going to affect my shoulders, allowing me to stay in a calm, optimized position.
Now, just so we're clear, I'm not saying a pole plant is a bad thing, it's not, but I'd much rather see a good body position from most skiers without a pole plant than a kind of swinging movement with the poles that are affecting everything. A really good way to start working on your arm position is to get rid of the poles. A lot of people maybe do one run and it's not enough, but get rid of the poles for maybe a morning, even a day, and actually ski with just the hands in front in a nice balanced position. Once you get the poles back and you are starting to pole plant, it's maybe a subtle amount of arm movement to make the poles happening, but it shouldn't be a kind of swinging motion which I see so often.
If you're already in a really bad position, pushing your hands in front won't magically solve all your problems. Remember what we've already discussed in body position and also horizontal eyes looking down the slope. For me, these are the 3 pillars of your position. You really need to look at all 3 things so you can identify what you need to work on and adjust accordingly. Just being more disciplined on where your arms are will really encourage a good body position and help you stay placed over your feet.
Hands in your general view, most of the time, you're probably going to be in a good position. Just do it. Just keep your hands in front. Keep your hands in front. I don't know how many times I've probably said that in my life. A lot. Keep your hands in front.